Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Stan Hope. I got another video for y'all. You know what's funny, right? I was talking to my mans today, and I was just like, we was reminiscing about a lot of shit uptown and shit. He was just like, yo, and we was just talking about mad shit. And then he said to me like, yo, I know you used to be B&B. Or he was like, you used to be YBs or whatever. And I was like, bro, I was never YBs. You feel me? Like, I said, don't get me wrong. A lot of my mans and them was YBs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to fuck with the YBs, with the bosses and all that. You know what I mean? So he like, nah, nigga, you was one of them. And I said, I was laughing and shit because it's funny because in jail, I told y'all the story about when I was in the blood house, dude tried to say I was YB or whatever. I don't know what the Bloods had to get against the YBs in jail when they go to the adults. I don't know. But I'm going to get a little into that later. So, boom. Let's rewind. So, we was talking, right? So, I was like, yo, man, I remember there was a time, so I was like, yo, I used to fuck with the YBs, you know what I'm saying? I used to go mobbing with the YBs too when they got into their little beef with Eden War. You know what I'm saying? I went with them a few times to Eden War because a lot of my little mans and them was YBs, you feel me? So we started talking about that shit, right? And then that's how I kind of like started thinking about this. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a video about this. Because I feel like the Crip side of the story never really get told. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of Crip dudes on the internet. Not saying I'm a Crip. I ain't a Crip now. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the story always be like from the blood side, right? Like, Crips is pussy, Crips this, Crips that. And then it's like, you don't see a lot of Crips on the internet talking about like some Crip stories or from the Crip story. See, I'm a historian and I love how history has many different angles to it. But I feel like a lot of times we just hear one side of the truth, right? Because two things could be truth at once. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to make a video about this shit. So anyway, once upon a time, right, on Gun Hill, if you wasn't Crip or YB, you just wasn't good. You just wasn't good. A lot of dudes going to say this shit is a lie. It's not truth and blah, blah, blah. But I'm telling you, around like 09, I think it was like 08, 09, 09, I think. Mainly 09, right? 09 going into 2010, 09, 2010. Like, if you was outside on G Hill, you know what I'm saying, White Plains and all that, you knew what's up. Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of dudes don't know. But anyway, I went to 113, you know what I'm saying. So back in the days, in the 113 days, when we used to come out, 219 was the chill spot. We used to come out, go to 219. After 219, go to 225. These was the chill spots. When we got to high school, people used to go to Gun Hill. Like, well, I wasn't in 113 no more, right? So I'm not going to 219 like that. But 219 was still kind of like a chill spot. But Gun Hill was a chill spot. You feel me? So people used to go to the hill. When I first started going to the hill, Mad Bloods used to be on the hill. You know what I'm saying? And then at some point, it shifted, right? The Crips came, and then the Crips kind of like took over the corner, the strip, the Ave, whatever that little piece you want to call it. And then like the bosses used to be out there too. And around this time, the bosses started having a beef with the YGs, you feel me? So like, again, I don't know the history of all this shit. Don't ask me no questions, but I remember all them days back then. Yo, the early 2000s to like early, it was lit, yo. I'm telling you, it was crazy. It was so many different crews. You had like the YC, you had the Fresh Kids, the Cash Kids, whatever they had going on in ECG. You had the Valley. You had L City. You just had mad crews uptown. It was crazy. Crazy Co-op City. It was just so many different hood beefs. Like, I remember I used to go to Truman because some of my mans that, were from White Plains, they used to be having beef in Truman with the Co-op City dudes. And we used to be pulling up. Mind you, I'm not from I'll never jack White Plains. But I had I used to chill on White Plains, you feel me? I always jacked Gun Hill, but I used to chill on White Plains. And I remember, man, sometimes we used to have to go to Truman to go get dudes because it was lit with the Co-op City dudes. It was crazy back then. But anyway, let me get back to the story because I'm getting away from what I was talking about. So, boom. I always wondered how the Crips in 216 kept that one little block for all those years back then. You feel me? I always wondered that shit. Yo, how they kept this block? How they kept this block in the sea full of bloods all around them? They surrounded by bloods. How did they keep this block? And then I slowly used to see shit. I told y'all the story about the one time I was playing basketball, you know, in 216 Park, and mad bloods came. They had the whole they had the whole Crips surrounded. It probably was like 6 Crips in the park. I told y'all the story, and you know, they whatever. They did the long story short, the bloods ended up running out the park, right? But I told y'all, but they was just, I always wondered that shit, right? So boom, it was so crazy to the point where, yo, bloods used to take, look, on 215, you know, the 41, I don't think the 41 go all the way uptown no more. But back then, the 41 used to go uptown. Yo, bloods literally used to get on the bus on 215 in White Plains because they didn't want to walk past 216. That's how crazy shit was. That's how scared motherfuckers was of that block. I think a lot of y'all gonna be like I'm capping, but y'all know. If y'all know, y'all know, man. If y'all know, y'all know. But anyway, so boom. I always wonder that shit, right? And it's crazy because sometimes you come through the block and you think nobody, well, this back then, I don't know how it is now, but you think nobody on the block. You think nobody outside. And you just be like, hoo-dee-hoo. And motherfuckers come out of trash cans, bars, the store, under the sewer. Oh, yo, motherfuckers be coming out of, yo, crazy. But anyway, so boom. I started chilling on Gun Hill, right? But then I noticed the change, right? Boom. So then, boom, dude started chilling. Crip started chilling on Gun Hill, and then, you know, that created some problems, right, with the Bloods, and yeah, and then, you know, it was a few situations that happened. But you know what's so crazy? It was a lot of people don't hear about these stories, right? A lot of people don't hear about the Crips chasing Bloods from Gun Hill Road all the way to 228. A lot of people don't talk about those stories. Some of y'all motherfuckers know, right? Some of y'all motherfuckers know. This is what I heard, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what I heard. Don't get mad at the messenger. One day, the Bloods was mad deep, right? They was mad deep. I told y'all, they used to hop on the bus. They never used to walk past 216. They was afraid, right? And then one day, they was deep and they had the courage. Motherfuckers had the courage, yo. They walked past 216, and I think they hit somebody with a bat. Some of y'all gonna remember the story. They hit somebody with a bat on 216. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you, so, you know what I'm saying? So they did what they did. They was probably feeling good, feeling excited. You know, like, yeah, we walked through 216. Yeah. And then, boom! I'm saying, motherfuckers pulled up the Gun Hill, because that's where the Bloods used to chill. Motherfuckers pulled up the Gun Hill. But man, shit just got, motherfuckers just started dispersing like roaches. Like motherfuckers had bottles of Raid or some shit. Like motherfuckers started hopping on the 41. Motherfuckers started running. Yo, it was just crazy, man. Pandemonium. This is what I heard, right? I heard motherfuckers got chased all the way from Gun Hill all the way to like 228 and shit. You know what I'm saying? 225, 228, that area up there. You know what I'm saying? I heard motherfuckers was taking off their beads, taking off their flags. Some of y'all remember the story. Some of y'all remember this shit. Some of y'all remember the story, man. This shit happened like 09. Some of y'all remember this shit. But there's so many stories that don't get told. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing Bloods get chased, jumped into moving cars. Moving cars. You know what I'm saying? Some of these stories don't get told. You know what I'm saying? We don't hear about these stories. We don't hear about the other side of the shit. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of crazy. Look, listen. It got so hectic on Gun Hill that the police put a police tower. You know what I'm saying? Across the street from the projects. They put a police tower with, you know, with the camera and shit. That's how crazy it got. You know what I'm saying? That's how crazy it got, man. I felt like, you know, I guess the Crips made a stance. And you know what's so crazy after that? Because this whole shit started with like 4 Crips. And then when people saw how the Crips were standing up to the Bloods, yo, a lot of people started turning Crip. I know y'all think I'm making this shit up. It was crazy. It was like some never before seen shit. Motherfuckers just wanted to be Crip. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, man. Yo, it was crazy. But see, like I said, I was telling my man, I was like, yo, I was cool with the YBs though. Me and the YBs was cool, man. We was mad cool. See, but the YBs that I was cool with, a lot of them didn't want to get too close to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was Crip. They didn't. A lot of times the Y, they didn't want to be confused. They didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? They didn't want to be confused to be in the Crip. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? They were smart. They didn't want that type of heat from the Bloods, but they was going to get that heat anyway, because when they go to jail, the Bloods be putting pressure on the YBs, and they usually end up turning blood anyway. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, I ain't trying to talk shit, man, because, I'm a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Because, I was scared. I went in there. I was scared. You know what I'm saying? It was too many Bloods, and I was scared, man. You know what I'm saying? It was different. I was outnumbered. I was afraid. The Bloods were so ruthless and so merciless. And, when you get in there, you just don't have no choice. In the street, you can avoid them. But when you get to jail, you just be so afraid that you look for the next thing to join. You know what I'm saying? So I turned Muslim, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it. I was in the street. I was outnumbered in the street too. You feel me? But I was, in the street was different though. But I was Crip in the street. And I was outnumbered in the street. I didn't have no gun. I got jumped several times. It was kind of like the same shit, really. So, but I turned Crip in the street. I don't get it. Why wasn't I Crip? Anyway, you get what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? It was, But anyway, that's just a little bullshit story. Bullshit there. But nah, on some real shit. Yeah, man, a lot of dudes. The whole point of this shit, man, is that it's pussy dudes everywhere. It's pussy dudes in every movement. You know what I'm saying? It's dudes that don't have the heart. I think, honestly, it's more pussy Bloods because they got the numbers, right? I'm not trying to throw shade. It's a lot of real Bloods. I met some real homies, too. But I think there's a lot of pussy Bloods because they have the bigger numbers. And, a lot of times, they got the thing, if you can't beat them, join them. So a lot of these dudes, they get pressured, right? And you tend to see who the real Bloods are when they by themselves or when they got to go against other Bloods, right? Because that happens a lot, it's very frequent, right? Bloods get into beef with Bloods and they fight each other, and that's when you really see who the tough Bloods are, right? When you're going up against a group of people who might have the same numbers like you. You see this in jail all the time, right? Like when this Blood faction go against that Blood faction, they got the same numbers, you see who's who. Because it's easy to jump a Crip, right? Because if the Crips don't got the numbers, it's easy to do that. It's easy to jump the neutral people. It's easy to do this. It's easy to do that when somebody don't got the numbers. But when people got the numbers, like you, that's when you see who really built like that. When you by yourself, that's when you really see who built like that. But the whole point of this story is, I was just reminiscing and thinking about that shit, like how there really was a time, bro, with like Bloods, YGs and all of that shit. Like they just wasn't good on the app. They just wasn't good in certain places. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was like, yo, dudes was getting chased, dudes was getting smoked, dudes was getting spanked. Like it was a lot of shit that was happening, but like people don't really be talking about it, right? It's like you never really get that side of the story. You only get the one side of the story. They're like, oh yeah, Crips is pussy and this and XYZ. Or they might say whatever they say about the YBs. But yeah, there's never like the other side of the story. You know what I'm saying? And the people that was outside around 09, they know what's up. They know this shit is not no made up shit. You know what I'm saying? It got so crazy that Crips used to have to come out with blood beads just to catch Bloods because they was hiding. That's how crazy it was. And I know, of course, a lot of people gonna be like, but again, I'm not saying this shit to glorify. Like I said, all of that shit is dumb. Every group got pussy dudes. Excuse my language. Just like every group got tough dudes. I just felt like when the obstacles is stacked against you, it kind of like show you. And like I said, to be from that, to hold down that one little block in a sea full of Bloods, you have to be super tough. And it's crazy because those Crips over there used to bang on other Crips too. They used to set trip. They used to be doing all type of shit. So they was really ruthless over there. You know what I'm saying? They was different. But anyway, like I said, man, the point is there's always different sides to the story, right? And throughout New York City, to be a Crip in New York City, especially in those early 2000s, you had to be tough, man. And I said this in another video, you had to be tough. You have to be tough to be repping your shit. You know what I'm saying? Even when I used to see Crips turn Crip in jail, like you gotta be crazy to turn Crip in jail. But it was being done. Dudes was turning Crip. Like their hatred for Bloods made them not give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, this was just me reminiscing. I was talking to my man, but it was like, yo, it was a lot of crazy shit going on, man. And yo, you know what's so crazy? Because I used to run track. You know what I'm saying? Track was my shit. So I was fast. I was fast, man. So when motherfuckers used to run, ooh, I love chasing a motherfucker down. Oh my God. I'm reminiscing right now. Yo, chasing a motherfucker, that was my shit. Yo, this shit sound like some weird shit, but though, some real shit though. Yo, I was like that dog. You know when you got your dog on the leash and the motherfucker start running, you be like, get him, Chico. Yo, chasing motherfuckers was like, cause I knew I was gonna catch him. You know what I'm saying? I knew I was gonna catch you. I knew I was gonna catch you. So it was like fun for me, cause you probably thinking, yeah, I'm getting away. I'm getting away. You're like, yeah, I'm getting away. And then you know you get that sweep. You know you get the sweep, the kick, the side kick. You know you kick one foot and then your foot hits your other foot, and then you just go down like, oh, and it's over after that. It's just mad kicks, stomps. Or yo, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I know this shit's probably fucked up, but yo, I used to love chasing motherfuckers, man. That was like my shit. Cause I was gonna catch that ass, homie. I knew I was gonna catch that ass. But again, man, you know, a lot of that shit, I ain't survived that shit cause I was super tough or super this, super that. I just think that, you know, God protected me through a lot of that stupid shit, man. God definitely held me down. And I'm not saying this, you know, like again, I don't glorify none of that stupid shit. All that shit is dumb. All we doing is destroying the community. Friends that used to be cool, we destroy relationship, we destroy family, we destroy everything. We used to be cool in middle school, now we in high school, we beefing over a color. And that's literally what happened. We got to high school, everybody went in different ways. People started fighting each other, like banging on each other. It was crazy, man. But yeah, man, like I try to tell people all the time, man, like I always been a tough dude, man. Like I always, like, it's not about, with me, I don't know about everybody else, but with me, this shit is not about no gang. And that's what I be trying to tell people, man. Either you got it in you or you don't. Cause I had it in me. When I got jumped across the street from my house by the homies, when I got jumped, I ain't go get nobody. I ain't go get no Crips. I was outside the next day by myself. And it was witnesses. It's people that will tell you. I was outside by myself the next day. Just me. By myself. Approaching dudes. Pressing dudes. Me. By myself. People will tell you, bro. I was outside by myself. Nobody came for me. Now, I'm not saying that my homies didn't, you know, pull up. But like, I went outside by I didn't call nobody like, yo, I need y'all to come with me. No. I went outside by myself. And I was like, yo, you approaching dudes. Me. Dolly. Approaching group of dudes. By myself. I ain't gonna lie. I felt like after I spent 2 years in Honduras, like I just never been the same. When I came back to the States, I just wasn't the same. Something changed in me. I had my first street fight back home too. I say back home. I'm not really from over there. I was born here, but I had my first street fight in Honduras. I was out there for 2 years. When I came back, something changed in me. Something different. My brain was wired differently. I just didn't tolerate certain shit. But anyway, yeah, man, I was out there by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like my mans will tell you, like I used to be walking up on dudes, pressing them by myself. Little groups, I didn't care if it was a few of them, by myself. I just had it in me. Not had that shit, it's just a certain courage. It didn't have nothing to do with the gang. Certain men are just a certain way. They're just built a certain way. They're just wired a certain way. I was wired a certain way. And again, this is not about anything you're repping. It's about the individual. Some individuals are set up a certain way. And then you got some other individuals. Look, every man, this is why, like, when y'all be watching these alpha channels and all of this shit, like, every man not going to be an alpha. Every man's not going to be a general. Some men were meant to follow. You were meant to follow somebody. Let somebody lead you to the promised land. That's some people role. Some men role is only to assist another man in getting somewhere. I know a lot of y'all, a lot of these dudes be tricking y'all to believe, oh, you can become an alpha too. You can become this too. You can become that too. No, that's not true. Even in the lion pride, every lion is not going to be at the top. No, some lions are going to be under other lions. A lot of times when the cubs, when the male lions get of age, they leave because they can't be under the roof of this man. But in other cases like wolves are under the alpha. Gorillas are under the alpha. You know what I'm saying? In certain cases, you're going to be under another man. And I think that's the thing that some men don't understand. Everybody not going to be a lion, homie. Everybody not going to be an alpha. Everybody not going to be a leader. The role of some of us is just to assist and follow. And that's okay, bro. You got to know your role. That's okay. You got to know your role. If my role is to follow somebody, it's okay. It doesn't make me less of a man. That's just my role in this movement. To follow somebody. To aid, to support. You know what I'm saying? There's captains, there's generals, there's soldiers, there's lieutenants. There's a whole bunch of, the list goes on and on and on. But the point of this, man, is to be yourself. Stay in your lane, man. Stay in your lane. Don't have nobody forcing you to be a part of something. You know what I'm saying? Because that happened to a lot of people. A lot of people got forced to be in certain shit. A lot of people got forced to be Crip, forced to be blood, forced to be this, forced to be that. Be yourself, man. Because at the end of the day, that's all you're going to have. When you go to jail for doing some shit for the group, it's going to be you and yourself. And your mom going to be there, even though you ain't listen to her. She going to be there, taking care of her baby, sending you commissary, and visiting you, even though you ain't listen to her. So, yo, all I'm saying is this, man. Be confident, be secure, and stay in your lane. Let me get out of here because I've been talking too much. Peace out. Y'all stay safe.